Hey there, guys. Um, Today I wanted to do this video. Um, just some thoughts in my head. I'm not going to be long. I was sitting and thinking about YouTube. I was sitting and I was thinking about, the things that go on YouTube and so forth. And the thing that came to me was that Black people have the whole platform of YouTube. Let me explain what I mean. From what I see, it seems like Black people are pretty much the dominant ones on YouTube. I see more Black men and Black women channels, especially when it comes to topics of discussions, vlogs, blogs, whatever you want to call them, talk programs, and so forth. It seems to be us. I may be wrong. I have not done any statistics, okay? But that's from what I see. I don't see overwhelmingly a bunch of white women channels, a bunch of white men channels, a bunch of Asian or Hispanic channels or things like that. It seems to be us. Whether that's true or not, that's just the way that I see it. So with that being said, we have to start looking at bigger pictures. We really do. This society has taught us as a whole to be so petty. Everybody's in everybody else's business. That's kind of social media. It's just social media. I find it so funny, especially on a place like Facebook or something like that, Instagram, whatever. People go and post their lives is what they do. And then when someone says something they don't like, or when someone gives them some advice or whatever that they don't want or whatever, they start throwing insults and talking about them being in their lives. But you're putting your life out there. You're putting your life out there. You're not putting your whole life out there, hopefully. But it amazes me how you put things on social media and then don't expect people to respond or say something or whatever. Usually it seems like to me it's people don't say what they want them to say or what they want to hear. And so they get upset. But that's the world of social media, bottom line. And so here we are with this huge platform. And for the most part, there are a lot of positive channels out there. I pray that mine is a positive channel, and an informative and a helpful channel, because the whole goal of what I do is to get people to think. So we have this platform. And even if we're not dominating the platform, it doesn't matter. We have these channels. We have these ways of communicating, of getting out to the world through the internet. What we want to say, our voice, our knowledge, our wisdom, our whatever. And so it just seems that so many of us are doing negative, just being negative, putting out negative stuff, negative energies, negative vibrations, negative talk, hurting other people, talking about other people. And it just seems to me, I can't tell anyone what to do on their channel, of course, but I was just sitting and thinking, like I said, about why are we not using this platform that we have? YouTube, everybody knows YouTube. And so why aren't we being more positive with it? Why are we not? Our plight, we as Black people are always talking about our plight, our struggle, our past, things that are holding us back, things that are keeping us down, continually keeping us down. And it amazes me that when we finally get a voice, this is what we do with it. There's a lot of people that's not being positive on YouTube and using this for what we could use it as. It was just something that I thought about because, like I said, I mean, you can't tell anybody what to do, but it would just seem I've come across YouTube channels that have thousands of subscribers, and some of these are positive, but a lot of them are negative and bashing. And these are the ones that people come to and listen to and everything. And I just thought to myself, how many people could be helped if we were using our platforms for more positive? I mean, we have this. Seriously, but even if we Black people don't have this, just completely locked down, we still have it. We can still use it, And anyway, from my point of view, that's what I plan on doing. That's what I want to do. I don't know if I'm gonna say that I'm not going to address the issue anymore, but I'm tired. I'm so tired of addressing issues about Black men and issues about, because it's not doing any good and it's not going anywhere, and it doesn't matter what you say. The state that we're in right now, this fight that's going on with Black men and Black women, you get pulled into it whether you're in it or not. No matter what my video or topic is, I'm going to get the same rhetoric. And it's almost robotic at this point. It's almost robotic. The things that are said, the things that they continue to come on your channels and say and reply. And, I don't even know what video. I don't know what woman. It was just some random commenter. It was a woman, Black woman, who I was watching a video, and she, there was the rhetoric about Black women being bed wenches, and you sleep with thugs, you love thugs, and, whole bitch, the whole whatever. So this woman was saying, she said something strange. She said, don't go back and forth. She was telling the poster, the one who did the video, not to go back and forth with some of these posts or comments because they're computer generated. And when I heard that, I was like, yeah, right. Okay. But sometimes the more I look at this and think about this, and I'm not trying to excuse any of these people who go around saying this stuff. I'm not trying to excuse that. But what I am doing is, it sounded so silly, but now I gave it some thought, and I got a comment that I blocked. I'm going to start using my block button a lot more. But I blocked it. And basically, once again, it was the same rhetoric. It was the same rhetoric. These people don't even listen to the whole entire video. They just look at your topic, or they hear 2 or 3 words and go, well, if you Black women with such and such, and you Black women all such and such. And, like I said, it's the same rhetoric. And so when I went to look at this, because they made 2 comments on 2 videos of mine. Otherwise, I would have just really not paid attention to it. But I went and I looked. This person had 1 subscriber, no picture, And no videos. No, I mean, their page was nothing, you know. And it made me think about that. I'm like, well, maybe some of this stuff is made up and computer generated. I don't know. You know, maybe people are going around making fake profiles and just spewing this stuff. So it's really not beneficial to even comment. But let me tell you the reason that I do. One of the reasons that I comment on some of the foolishness is that it's not necessarily for them. I might give a response to them, but it's for those others who may come back and see it. So I try to give some type of reasonable, some type of thought out response to the rhetoric, which it's hard to do sometimes. It's really hard to do. There was something addressing, you know, first you hear, I mean, we're really dealing with a hypocritical, schizophrenic society. Now you get two of those together, hypocrite and a schizophrenic. That is running very rampant all over YouTube. Now, what you hear on YouTube a lot is that black women need to stop having babies because we're infesting the black community with thugs. Okay, so I got that. Then once black women start saying that they're not going to have babies or that they agree that there should, you know, because I really at this point do believe that black women need to stop having black babies by unconscious, irresponsible black men. There's a whole lot more to that I would have to do a video on, but those type of people, yeah, they don't need children. They don't want children. They can't handle children. They're not emotionally or mentally mature enough to have children. And it's just a bad situation all around. And the one who suffers at the end, whether the man and the woman argue and fuss and fight and all that, the one who truly suffers at the end of the day is the child. Because the man and woman can leave each other's life, you know. But it's the child that's going to suffer. And it seems to me no one really ever thinks about the children. They just do what they want to do with their own loins because they're grown, you know, men and women. And, you know, hey, but you have a seed here, you know. Anyway, and so once that agreement is made that, yeah, okay, well, black women need to stop having these babies by these unproductive black men. Then you get bashed because, oh, well, y'all are having abortions and killing all our babies. Really? You didn't want the babies anyway. I mean, it amazes me because it's like, and I'm not condoning abortion, but it amazes me because you say the woman don't need to have babies. And then when they don't have babies, oh, y'all killing all our babies. Y'all ain't going to take care of them anyway. What difference does it make? You don't want them. You don't want the woman. She's a bitch and a hoe, remember? And you didn't want to have no children by her because she's black. And so why are you worried how the baby doesn't get here? You know? But let me explain myself. I'm not condoning abortion. What I'm doing is these men are so small-minded, many of them who speak like this, those are who I'm talking about, until they don't realize, they don't look at big pictures, which requires logic and reason, to understand the fact that black women, all black women are not going around just having abortions. I mean, there are babies that are lost through miscarriage. There are babies that are lost through all kinds of health reasons. There are some women who can't have children. There are some women who have had hysterectomies. There are women who, I mean, there are so many instances of women not being able to carry a baby to term other than black women having abortions. I mean, that's only one way. And that's not what is dominating the black community. There are so many other, I know many women who can't have children. It's amazing to me how small-minded we are, and how we get stuck on rhetoric. We get stuck on what we think works. That's not necessarily the case. Let's talk real quick too about the many black men who force women to have abortions. We don't ever talk about that. We never talk about that. But what we'll hear is, oh, y'all killing our babies with abortion. Black women having too many abortions. Okay, for babies that you don't want anyway. But despite that, what about the men who threaten women with abortion? Who tell them you better not have that baby, and they give them the money to have the abortions and all that. Does that in any way contribute at all to abortion rate? At all? Because that's a very, very real thing. A guy doesn't want to have a baby, and she probably wants the baby. But because he doesn't want the baby, he's going to force her, beat her up, give her money, whatever, to have an abortion. But once again, because so many are hypocritical and schizophrenic, they just completely leave that part out. I would bet you, if I did a blog talk, and I used to have a station, but if I did a blog talk show on women who were forced to have, black women, to have abortions, there would be so many women calling in. There would be so many. But what black man is going to own up to that? They're not going to own up to that because, it's the black woman, it's her choice, it's her body, she has control of everything. That's not true. That is not necessarily true. So many women have been intimidated into having abortions. But the bottom line, like I say, the bottom line is there are so many other reasons and factors behind the decrease in rates of black babies or what have you. If that even is the case, because I have not looked at statistics. I don't trust statistics. I don't trust any statistic because they're man-made, and man is the one that has a calculated, computed, whatever, and then put it out there. I don't trust any of them. So if there is a decrease and a decline in unwed black single women who are unable to take care of babies, having babies, then that's a good thing. That is a good thing, especially when you're dealing with men who don't want the babies, who don't want the woman, and where the child is going to suffer in the long run. So this video was really, it wasn't about abortion. It wasn't about anything like that. It was just the fact that we as black people could be using this platform on YouTube for so many other great things, so many useful things, promoting black businesses, promoting positivity and community workshops, culture. I mean, there's so many things that we could do. We can talk to women. We could talk to young girls. There's so many things that we could talk about. I have a website that I'm not really active on too much, so I don't promote it much anymore, where it was for teen girls and women. And I think that's something needed, that is really needed, to talk to our young teen girls. We seem to just miss them. That is an awesome platform to talk to young teen girls and women. They have so many issues. I have a preteen. Well, she's not quite a preteen, but they are going through some stuff, but they are phenomenal. These young people, I mean, I said I was going to do a video about this. This young generation, this young group of people who are now on the scene are awesome. They are so awesome. And getting on into their 20s and so forth. I'm taking classes and I'm in a class with a lot of young people. And the thing that astounds me about these young people is they are so, they just say it. Really. I mean, they're completely uncensored. Like we, you know, my generation and those before us and so forth, you know, it's just certain things you can't say, you know, you better not say that, you know, you know, there is no fear with this young generation. There is no fear. There is no censorship. These young people get up and say things that have you like, did they say that? You know, and it's just like, but I love it. I love it because that says to me that you're not going to hold me back. You're not going to hold me down. You're not going to censor me. You're not going to stop me. That is awesome. And what it is going to do for the future, it's going to be awesome. It is. I am so looking for at my daughter's generation and those in their 20s and so forth. I mean, we can say they're horrible. We can say they're not going to be whatever. We can say whatever we want to about them. These are some awesome young people that are coming up. And I love their fire. I love their spirit. And I love their attitude. Their attitude is so universal. It's inclusive. You know, it's just, and I know there's a lot going on with white and black because they make it about white and black. But when you get down to white and black, this younger generation, even concerning white and black, is so awesome. Because like I'm saying, they're not looking at white and black so much. They're looking at inclusion. Inclusiveness. That's what they're looking at. And that's what they're doing. Even young white kids. Even young white kids there's so many of them that's not into this old racism stuff. They're not into, we hate black people stuff. And these people want to be us. I mean, it's so hard to really explain what I'm trying to say, but it's just a whole different culture and what's coming up and what's coming out in them, even Hispanics. I mean, it's just different. It's just different. You know, I see the glass half full. I see positivity and goodness. You know, I know it's not all over, and I know there are a lot of racism is still something that's still alive and well, but it's dying. And you all can say what you want, believe what you want. It's dying. This male patriarchy, this women hating, women bashing, stepping on women's feet, stepping on women's necks, and all of that. All that stuff is gone and dying out. And this is also the reason why we have so much of this hate and anger with black men toward black women and all that, because they know that their system is done and over with and dying out. And you know, this is the age of the woman. This is divine feminine energy here, here. And the thing is, you either get on board and work with the mother goddess and the creation and the divine feminine energy that's here and alive and well and working powerfully, or you're going to get crushed. And that's the bottom line. And it's even that is intimidating, because so many men know that and they realize that, and they're, we're going to be wiped out, and it's just women. It's not like that. This age is about balance. This thing is about balance. It's about men and women and gods and goddesses and the enlightened and the conscious and the open-minded and freedom and love and equality and balance and justice. This is what this is about. And those who are bashing and hating and just being illogical and unreasonable and spewing their rhetoric, hey, you're going to spew it till you are gone from here. Seriously, you're going to spew it until you're gone from here, because it's not going to make a difference in the effect of what the mother goddess is doing for women especially the Black woman, and what the divine feminine energy is doing to the earth. I mean, we have to get this stuff back together. The earth has been destroyed with wars, and I mean, come on, y'all know, y'all see, it's been completely destroyed, and she has to recreate herself. She is nurturing herself again, and if that has to do with killing a lot of people off and killing a lot of negative ideas and ideologies and psychologies and all of this stuff has to die. It has to die. Because it's not going to stop. It's only going to grow. So, with that said, stop fighting. Stop fighting against it. Let's work together. Let's build. Let's grow. Let's do this thing again and do it right. And, you know, hey, stay on board and stay positive and teach our children. This is what we need to be doing. With this platform that we have, I'm back on the topic. We have to do something with this platform that we have for positivity. You know how many awesome Black men out here who have voices on YouTube that could be talking to the young men, that could be talking to young 9 through 12-year-old little boys. Where are those channels that these men could be talking to these little boys instead of talking about Black women weave? I mean, come on. Let's do this together. That's, you know, love you guys. Thank y'all for watching. Until the next video, thank you for subscribing. And please subscribe to this video. To the next video, we'll see you next time.